Good morning, dear children. Today we are going to discuss the second poem of your main course book, Honeydew. Name of the poem is The Geography Lesson. It is written by poet Zulfikar Ghosh. Now, this poem is about some concepts of geography, but it has a deeper meaning also. Let us see that. When the jet sprang into the sky, it was clear why the city had developed the way it had. Seeing it scaled 6 inches to the mile, there seemed an inevitability about what on ground had looked haphazard, unplanned and without style, when the jet sprang into the sky. Now, in this poem, the poet tells us that the things which do not make any sense when we are on the ground, they start making sense once the person is traveling in an airplane or a jet plane. Right? So first, when the poet imaginarily was traveling in a jet plane, what he noticed at a height of 6 inches to the mile, that it was inevitable, it was unavoidable that how the city was planned. Earlier, when the poet was on the land, he always looked at the city and he found the city has been developed in a haphazard manner, in an unorganized manner, unplanned, without any style. But when he reached to a certain height in the sky, he understood that the circumstances were unavoidable. Second stanza says, when the jet reached 10,000 feet, it was clear why the country had cities where the rivers ran and why the valleys were populated. The logic of geography that land and water attracted men was clearly delineated when the jet reached 10,000 feet. So when his jet reached at the height of 10,000 feet, he understood that why the cities were inhabited near the rivers. We all know that the earlier civilizations were they started to flourish near the rivers only, like Indus Valley civilization. It was near the Indus River, right? So why it was so? Because rivers provide water and other resources like vegetation so that humans can survive. And there was another concept which he understood, that why valleys were populated than other locations, other parts of the globe, because it is easier to live on land than in comparison to living on mountains or hills or other landforms like plateaus. So he understood these two concepts of geography, that why our earlier humans inhabited the place where rivers ran and why valleys are more populated than other landforms. When the jet rose 6 miles high, it was clear the earth was round and that it had more sea than land. But it was difficult to understand that the men on the earth found causes to hate each other, to build walls across cities and to kill from that height. It was not clear why. Now, when his jet When his jet rose 6 miles high, he understood that the earth was round in shape and that it had more sea than land. He also understood another two concepts, which is the earth is round, geoid in shape, and it has more sea, more water than land, right? But at that height also, he could not understand. What he couldn't understand? That why people kill each other, why they have created borders. Nature has not made any border. God has not created any border. Man has created borders. And man kills each other. This concept was not clear to the poet even when he reached 6 miles high into the sky.